Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Louise Hobart begins now.
Good evening, everyone. There's fresh warnings tonight for Tasmanians after a faulty gas bottle sparked a unit fire in Launceston. The homeowner is picking up the pieces and damage bill of the frightening ordeal, which witnesses say could have been much worse.
What started as a quiet barbecue lunch with friends quickly spiralled into this. Out of control flames take hold of this Kings Meadows unit. Onlookers could only watch on in horror.
The fires are coming. I don't think anyone should get near it. It is on fire. The house is on fire.
But before fire crews could arrive, neighbours took charge and extinguished the blaze. The source of all the drama, a faulty gas bottle.
The connection in the bottle? Yeah, so it probably had a leak or something. I think something had perished.
A $30 cylinder causing thousands in damage to Catherine Salter's home. Not the best way to celebrate her 60th birthday.
Right along here, water's gushing out of the side of the house, so it's absolutely unlivable.
Barbecue merchant Mike James says he hears similar horror stories as people cook outdoors in the hotter months.
The main reason for barbecue fires is generally maintenance. The other thing is probably not keeping a good eye on your gas lines and your fittings and that sort of stuff.
The TFS says most gas leaks start in the valve stem, hose or main connection, emphasising now is the time to test your equipment. Catherine also has her own advice after a costly lesson.
Check your equipment and get a fire extinguisher.
It's a lot cheaper than losing everything.
Garth Burley, 7 Tasmania News.
Here in Tasmania, the wine industry has largely been spared from the effects of steep tariffs, with the majority consumed in Australia. It comes as winemakers continue to boost their businesses as they emerge out of COVID-19.
Tasmania's wine industry avoiding direct impacts from new tariffs in China on Australian wine.
We have tended to focus on the Australian market, so we sell 95% of our Tasmanian wine in Australia. It means that we're not very exposed to international markets as they perhaps change and currencies fluctuate.
Our wine, however, making headlines for a very different reason. Tucked away in the Coal River Valley, the grapes off these vines here at Toll Puddle Vineyard, creating an internationally acclaimed Chardonnay.
We believe in it. We think it's up there with some of the great wines of the world. But it's very, very exciting when other people reflect that.
The top drop, taking out best white wine in the world at the International Wine Challenge in London.
Tasmania is just a fantastic place to grow Chardonnay. So if you take that and you get it in a really lovely site like Toll Puddle and you have a good season and you grow the grapes thoughtfully, then you can make a really special wine.
While being spared from the new tariff.
We don't sell much wine there, but it is a terrible, terrible thing for the industry and the overall health of the industry.
A rewarding end to a tough year for the local vineyard and the state's wine industry.
Our cellar doors have had to close. A lot of our wine's been sold through restaurants, both in Tasmania but also interstate. They've also had to close, so it's been pretty tough. And I think this is just great news as we can feel that things are starting to improve.
Following a wet start to the season, those who run the vineyard behind me here say they're eager to see what next year will produce.
Well, it's been a fantastic start to the season, so that's really positive. And, I think it's been a wet spring, so we're starting with, a really full profile.
Ruby Kamane, 7 Tasmania News.
Multiple people received injuries from a head-on collision at Dromedary last night. Police say a 19-year-old failed to navigate a right-hand bend and crossed onto the incorrect side of the road, crashing into an oncoming car on Boyer Road. The 38-year-old driver of the other car sustained serious injuries. Her daughter and 2 grandchildren were taken to hospital for observation. Police are still investigating the cause but are reminding motorists to be careful on the roads, especially during the busy festive period. Art festival Junction Hometown has wowed visitors in Launceston with dance performances, yoga and family portraits. Artists are thankful to be back on stage and amid COVID restrictions say people have been very supportive.
It's so beautiful to feel like a sense of that music community again and everyone coming together after so long without festivals.
It hasn't dampened spirits today. We were surprised that so many people were able to come out and share it, and we could just call it dancing in the rain.
Organisers say tonight will be the biggest of the three-day festival. A year after it opened, the final track in the St Helens mountain bike network has now been completed. From today, riders can take to the new Black Diamond Trail Mach 10. The descent designed by World Trail includes a stunning feature dubbed the Bubblehead, allowing riders to roll over a granite boulder. The Breakaday Council says it is now looking ahead, hinting at more trails in the future. The Hobart Hurricanes BBL campaign has been dealt a huge blow 2 weeks out from its first match, with international recruit Sandeep Lamashane testing positive to COVID-19. The Nepalese spinner revealed the news in a tweet, saying his body aches, but he is confident he will return to the field again. The Hurricanes' first match is on December 10 against the defending champions, the Sydney Sixers. The Hobart City Council is hoping a series of block parties around the city will help fill the void left by the cancellation of major events this festive season. The first held in Battery Point today, locals already dubbing it a success.
Christmas spirit bringing the Battery Point community together. Stalls and workshops scattered along this usually quiet street.
2020's been a challenging year for everybody, so I think having block parties where the community can come out onto the street and meet their neighbours in an informal setting and share a laugh, I think is really important.
The block party organised by community members with COVID safety measures in place.
It was really exciting because all the residents in the street were very enthusiastic and the business retailers were also very supportive.
With activities for both the young and the young at heart.
I live around in DeWitt Street and this is in Waterloo Crescent, and my friend very kindly said that we could play on her balcony, and so that's what we're doing.
They weren't the only ones showing their creative side.
I'm making a turtle. I've made a slug. I've made it out of a piece of bread, some cranberries and some grapes. I'm making a little smiley face. This one, I'm trying to make it round. It's a bit hard, but I reckon I'll get it soon.
A council initiative hoping to fill the gap left by the cancellation of major events usually held at this time of the year.
It's because we couldn't really support those massive events like the pageant and taste. So instead we've invested in these small events and we're really backing in the community's ideas.
Likely to become a tradition that continues on for years to come. Meg Sides, 7 Tasmania News.
To some breaking news now, an ambulance has rolled while responding to a car crash at Elizabethtown this afternoon. Both a paramedic and volunteer were not harmed. Another ambulance crew was already attending the Elizabethtown crash. There will be an investigation into the incident. Penguin is on the brink of major basketball success with both its men's and women's sides storming into the State League Grand Finals tomorrow. The women defeated Burnie by 9 points, while the men steamrolled Kingborough, locking in a grand final appearance tomorrow with either Glenorchy or Hobart, who clash later on tonight. In the other women's match, the Wynyard Wildcats held on for a 9-point victory, despite a late fight back from the state's high-performance squad.
Good evening everyone. 23 in Hobart today and Launceston, Burnie and Devonport all reaching 17 degrees. Across the state, Bushy Park the top reaching 24, 22 in Grove, the Islands, St Helens and Friendly Beaches all 18 and 17 in Smithton, Low Head and Lyowini. A middle-level cloud band can be seen over northern Tasmania and Bass Strait today, as some low-level cloud can be seen about the southwest. Across Australia, cloud from thunderstorms is visible over the northwest of the country, as well as parts of New South Wales and Victoria. The low-level cloud seen about the northern tip of Australia is due to onshore winds. Tomorrow's chart shows a deep low off the southeast coast of Victoria and a high pressure system over the Bight. Multiple troughs and low pressure systems remain over the rest of the mainland. Northeast to northwesterly winds tomorrow 10 to 15 knots, turning southeasterly 20 to 30 knots from the south during the morning. And there is a strong wind warning current for northern, eastern and southern coastal waters from Sandy Cape to Southeast Cape, excluding Banks Strait and Franklin Sound. Partly cloudy and 20 in Hobart tomorrow, 21 and cloudy in Richmond, ooze 19, 24 with morning showers in Launceston, 19 in Devonport, Deloraine 21, 20 degrees in Burnie tomorrow, a shower or two and 17 in Strawn, Curry 17. And in the east, morning showers and 22 in St Helens, Swansea a top of 21 and 20 in Whitemark. And the UV tomorrow is extreme 10s across the state. Looking on to Monday now, showers about the northeast, mainly fine elsewhere. Showers developing about the west and south on Tuesday, extending statewide during the afternoon. And on Wednesday, showers about western, central and southern districts, falling as snow above 900 metres during the morning. 24 in Adelaide tomorrow, morning showers in Melbourne, mostly sunny and 29 in Canberra and 40 degrees in Sydney. And currently Hobart 18 and mostly cloudy and 17 in Launceston, and Devonport 16 degrees and also cloudy. And Lou, that's all in weather tonight.
Lovely, thanks Chelsea. And that's all your news for this Saturday evening. Thanks as always for joining us. Have a lovely evening. Good night.